Hello, and welcome back to Age of Wonders 4. We are mostly recovered from the war with the halflings, although there is an issue with this particular settlement. We're gonna have to race for this. I don't know if we're gonna get it. Probably not. Because I made a mistake with that. But we are repairing all the ruins here, which was expensive, but because we lost a bunch of units, we actually have income again. So at this point, I just want to clear out these two pirate coves so that I never have to worry about being attacked from that side again. And then I think we just sweep across and probably rebuild this along the way, get our fourth city, I guess, and then continue pushing. This player seemed a lot weaker than the one that we fought. I think Sanguine was actually leading when I checked the status a while back. Melanus is 4. Dari is 2. Molnar Karngard is 3. And then, so, yeah, we are in first. This is the weakest player. So things shouldn't be too bad. And we just finished Healing Spires. Okay, so Tier 4 Tome the Second. The plan... Hold on. It's offering me a Tier 4 Astral. Right, we had the modifier where tomes didn't have requirements, right? That was part of this map gen, I'm pretty sure, now that I think about it. So yeah, I don't actually have to worry about maintaining my build or anything. That being said, I did have the builds planned, so I am still going to stick to it. So we are going to go for more order, but with a splash of nature this time. We're going to take prosperity, because grace is pretty nice.
Fields of gold reveal the eternal grace
Staves of
within,
Grace.
like a cleansing rain.
So they get all our supports just have grace. So every turn, the first time they get hit, they heal 10 hit points. And every time they heal somebody, they also provide grace. And then also get a Cleansing Rain ability. So I mean, that's quite good, but I only have 2 supports, and they're not even supports that I've built myself. I'm pretty sure those have just joined my army. I can make supports, I just haven't really been. Blessed Armor, this is probably what we're going to go for because this will help out the Pyre Templars. So that'll give them grace every turn, so every turn they just heal 10 hit points the first time they're hit. And also gives them +2 resistance. So I think that makes the most sense. We could also go for a Tier 5 Dragon, which would definitely be the strongest unit we can get. This does require the Apex. It's also going to be absurdly expensive in terms of upkeep. I feel like this is a later thing, but we'll go for the Blessed Armors, and then if the Prosperity Dragon shows up again, we'll grab it. If the Staves show up again, we'll grab it, but I'm not too terribly bothered. Either way. Right, so you will just sit here, because you're getting pretty strong. We're building more units. These 2 stacks go off to clear stuff, and you get to sit here and defend us from any incursions in the meantime. Alright, Masonic Hall is more production, which means we build everything faster. Let's get those... Oops. Let's not do that. Let's get the walls up first. Clearly, I was just playing a game where you double-click for 4x. Alright, so... As for this, well, okay. Obviously we just grab this, right? And surprisingly, mana has actually been fairly relevant. So I think we will grab a Wave Conduit here. Given that we can't get research, which is always the best option. And right, I'm building a crypt, so I don't want to get a new hero. I don't care about bounties. I think this is where we were. Okay. Demand a portion of their primal power before they leave? I don't really need more good points at this point. Playing evil is just so much better because you just get experience on all your heroes. Although we do get experience on all of our units now that we're good, so there's that. Alright, no damage taken. Medals on some Pyre Templar, that's really nice. Level up for our hero as well. We already swept this, I'm pretty sure, so we might as well keep going up this way. Especially since we do want this city to come back at some point. Right, we never cleared that. Alright. For a second there, I thought we gained health, but no, it just flipped the order, so our injured units are now on top. I was thinking, like, I don't think you gain health in this game. That's not how these battles work. Okay, you guys are out of movement. Crypt is done. Anything good at all? There is this, which... I mean, we can get more knowledge. It's a lot of knowledge. Something I don't really like about this game, how the economy is just so skewed in one direction. But I guess a lot of games are like that, like Civ 5, which is my most played favorite of the mainline Civ games. Its food is the most important resource. Feels like, mostly because you get people out of it, which gets you science. I mean, science is important in these games, I guess. It's just kind of how it is. New Dawn. Finished a couple of things here. Okay, so if we ever want to summon those dragons, we will need the Apex. I don't think there's anything else I particularly need, and this does get me Imperium, so I might as well just grab it. So yeah, this is required to summon tier 4 and 5. It's also pretty expensive. Which I guess means we're not getting our hero right away, but it's fine. We can work on it. Okay, now we go for Masonic Hall. Tavern. Right, we will never get food here. So, farms, because we can't have farms underground. We don't have underground specialization. So the bathhouse is just more support in general. Let's do that. I could take Mending Touch on my leader. Could. I really want Unyielding, though. So 15 HP or 10 melee attack. We'll take the attack. Keep our eyes on the prize. Okay. You leveled up as well. Why are you leveling up? You just get one per turn? Automatically? Is it because you're in town? I don't know. It's, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in this game, and because I'm not playing it all in one go, like, there have been probably several weeks break between them, so it's like I'm having trouble keeping track of everything that I've already done in this game, or what bonuses I've gained. Anyway, 30% accuracy on physical range, or 20% crit. I think... Snapshot, huh? We'll go for crit. We aren't... it's here, right? Oh, killing an enemy is strength engine luck. Oh, there's a crit line up here. That's what I was thinking of. if you have high morale, crit becomes more likely as well. Okay, you are a leader, I'm pretty sure. Shua the Traveler. Yes. And you are going for crit, so I do have nature available now. I can just get more health on my units. And given that we're starting to get health, you might want to actually do that. Although, this is where I would get Master for Order if I wanted Bending Touch, which is a free action, and you are an Archer. And I don't think we want Blight Strikes or Pack Leader. All animals gain a bunch of stuff, yeah, okay. So yeah, the HP would be cool, but resistance is still not bad. And we can grab Mending Touch later. However, we will grab down that way. No. Alright, we have Crypt, you, Inspect, Resurrect. 700 mana because you're so high level. I mean, you are worth it. We'll get there. Shop of Secrets. So we could buy more knowledge, but at this stage in the game, like, this is pretty good, but our knowledge income is so high and our mana is low enough that I don't actually feel like this is worth it at this point. Explore the world. Tempting. But that's just a whole lot of mana. Alright, so like I said, I think we're going to lose this, because if I do this, I gain 12. I require 43. So if I gain 12, this puts me up to 53. So I would be 10 behind Melanus. But she's going up pretty fast. I can't do that again until we get another 4 turns. So, yeah, I probably just threw away a bunch of influence, but I've never actually messed around with that mechanic before. So, we'll do what we can. I'm not too concerned about it. And I did want more units, though. You're a lot of mana per turn. Valkeeper is our support, and we don't really have any. So we'll get one. And I guess we will get one of these. I would like to get this up to 12 stacks ideally, but 12 units, 2 stacks. But that's expensive. Alright, leveled up on the longbows. 110 food, it's something. And at this point, this is a pretty strong army. So I think we'll just sit here to defend. And if we have to panic buy some units, we can. But I'm more interested in getting my resources up for expensive things. Like this angel spell, which was 700, I believe. Lots of uses for mana, more enchantments. army was too far away. I'll level up the Pyre Templars again. Alright, Pirate Cove. You have a hero and a Magelock cannon. But if you do not have a stack of water elementals, you're actually not that scary. It's one of those things where in 3+ turns you'll spawn something, and the thing that you spawn is going to be like 2 stacks of stronger units than what you have guarding. Which is pretty funny. And I guess I could leave them and actually farm it, but I would rather just clear all this stuff out and not have to worry about it. Yeah, pretty easy. I might watch this one just because they might get a unique battlefield here. Probably not, because we're probably just going to be on boats, but I'm curious. We are just on boats. I guess we got a unique island. That's their hideout. Alright, well, disappointing. We did kill somebody though. Yeah, cleared a monster spawner. White Wolf Mount, Frost Resistance, and Pack Hunter, which is animal bonus? Yes. Animals. Alright, attacks do 10% extra damage for each friendly unit adjacent to the target, not counting itself. Never mind. A lot of animals have that, but it's not inherently an animal ability. Although I guess it is a White Wolf ability, so there's that. And then also we can give Weakened in a 2-hex cone. I mean, that's pretty cool. But I think most of my heroes are using two-handed weapons. And I think flying is probably better. Yeah. Also, I've been getting a bunch of random garbage here. Oh, I also forgot. I have a forge now. So I can be looking for heroes that have a... Okay, level up. Have a gap somewhere in their gear. Like you. You do not have a helmet. I have no spare helmets. I have no spare boots. So for an archer hero... a Crown of Accuracy might not be bad. Okay. Well... boots. We'll go to the forge and see what we can do. And I do have a bunch of free resources here because of that site I have with my underground city. Normally... Okay, let's just save ourselves some time here. Normally you'd have to disenchant a bunch of things unless you have very specific bonuses, but I have an underground city next to one of those landmarks that's just giving me all these crafting materials as a regular resource. This is just purely cosmetic. So... those look like they'd be decent for... I don't know, elven boots, I guess. The thing is, most of these aren't actually going to matter. Because fast movement, I think she already has a wyvern that's giving her that. Slippery would be useful, potentially, but I'm really not that worried about it. So... probably we're just going to be kind of boring and go with +2 defense, +2 resistance, and 5 HP or status resist. Probably the status. Warding boots. Sure. It's 300, 100. And that doesn't even take up production in our capital or anything. Alright. So when we use our inexorable cast, we now ignore free resistance until the end of the turn. That sounds pretty good. And we did just kill a hero, so we can get some money. Ah, and you finally got your maxed out renown for clearing a bunch of infestations. So units are even cheaper to recruit. That's actually not very good on these settings, unfortunately. But I guess it's something. Okay. Radiant... let's... hold on. I can inspect on right. It's not what I was expecting. Swap positions with a friendly unit, enter defense mode. Damaging adjacent units. Chance of becoming pacified. I mean, that could be obnoxious. You start with grace as well, inherently. I guess Spear Tree is... yeah, Spear Tree looks like mine, so this is a prosperity unit that I just unlocked, I guess. This is the kind of thing that we could have been doing this whole time if we had... had a bunch of vassals. So that's 7. We do have the gold for this, so let's get... cannibal halflings. Or ogres. Or... more stuff here. Do I want these knights? I don't really have shock units. They're not too expensive, so I guess we'll do that. Alright. Recruit to own city. I just realized I do have more heroes than... It's probably why it was bothering me about this earlier. I wanted to give my old hero his city back. I can always swap him out later, though. Farms provide extra food, that's useless. Defensive structures are cheaper and provide happiness. I mean, I could. There's no cooldown on this, is it? If I just like put Sunderen in here? Assume I can swap this out. So it'll grow faster. Okay. This is what I was talking about. The... We're not gonna... There we go. 20 Binding Essence and 5 Fragments every turn. It's not a lot. As you saw, I can spend it really quickly. Okay, 4th Quarry, I guess. Quarry next to the Giant Steps is worth more, so we'll do it down here. Kindred Spirits failed. Yeah, so our city got vassalized by somebody else. The city that we were contesting. Okay, Consecrated Domain. +2 defense and 20 morale in the city's domain when we fight. Decent defensive spell, but not terribly interested. This is a big heal that we can spend in fight. Pretty good. Shrine of Smiting. This could be fun. I don't think we have anything that particularly synergizes with it. Smiting Prayer Blast does get extra damage for each friendly faithful unit in the battle. Up to 10. Oh, so I see. So it would get +20. So potentially this could be a 37-37 attack, which is pretty good. It's the most interesting out of these three. I'm not entirely sure how useful it is for me, but because I'm not really playing like that. But the Pyre Templars, like, these are These are faithful, right? No. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, so I would really need a leader that has an ability that gives the entire army faithful. Which didn't you have? There's something here, right? Keepers. Oh, everybody has resurgence. Hmm. There are various enchantments that you can do as well, but none of my units seem to have faithful, so I assume the chaplains would by default. Yeah. So yeah, Shrine of Smiting. I'm not really built for it, but I don't know. Probably fine. Just clear out all this stuff for the loot. Make our way to the other Pirate Cove. So yeah, I'm getting actually not all that much. Mostly experience, probably. I think I'm getting a little trickle of resources from this. You're probably guarded by water elementals. But yeah, we can clear that, make our way back. More food means more growth. Now, Shrine of Prosperity is new. Also, I'm going to want teleporters, but probably next to the capital. Adjacent farm and forester, so it's not going to be great in this city. Worker Construct Nexus is also just generally good. And it counts as a quarry, so I could put it here and still get the benefit. So we'll start getting some of those down. Okay, Wizard Apex is done. Good. We only have one forester, so I guess we'll probably just get that then. Although we do have these. They're really good. I want my 700 mana though, so I really shouldn't. I think I just spent a bunch too without thinking about it. So let's just do something else for a bit. Unlock Temple of the Pyre. Start of combat. Enemy units have 90% chance to be condemned, and we ignore income and stability penalties while under siege. I mean, it's something. Ruler's statue. This is from Supremacy. Can only be built once in your throne city. Allied empires and free cities with supreme vassalage grant Imperium. Ruler respawns 1 turn faster. Spells can be cast even if ruler's in the void. Counts as a conduit. Alright, let's get this down. This is kind of neat. I feel like probably don't need all these farms at this point. Okay, Shia, well, the Traveler, you've been doing a lot of fighting. More attack, defense, and evasion. Sounds good. Ruler leveled up. This is the true prize from all this clearing that I'm doing. Big Unyielding, which means that we get to remove a negative status at the start of each turn. I do believe it prioritizes mind control, but our leader's immune to that anyway, so... Oh, right. Close, don't shuffle for more money. You gained a level of renown because you still have a whole bunch of gear equipped. Yeah, that'll happen. Defensive city structures grant draft. Don't really care. No penalty for being besieged or having pillaged provinces. Yeah, the defensive governors really don't seem all that good, to be honest. Okay, so I have an extra Whispering Stone. So I guess we probably just put it here. Oh, were you technically not even my vassal? Maybe we had negative points for something, because our alignment didn't match up with what they wanted. Okay. Don't spend mana. Oh, why did my income go to 0? What happened? Oh, I know what happened. My troops just got summoned from the Rally of the Lieges. Okay, you're not guarded. You have still don't look all that scary, honestly. Even with 3 stacks. This might be a little bit more exciting. I have Resurgence. So even if I do lose something, doesn't really matter. That's pretty good. 3 defense versus 1 defense, 3 status, 5 HP. I mean, 3 defense is pretty good though. Yeah, I'm not as excited about it. Giant's Bane and Pegasus Mount. This is new to the Architect DLC, right? The, getting the Archons back. Oh. Unguarded, and also, this stretches up to the top. Okay, well... Probably faster just to tramp across the island, then. Do you cost 1,000,000 mana? You sure do. And then you're gonna cost a bunch because of your enchantments. Yeah. What am I enchanting you guys with? Flame Blessed Champions. Ah, interesting. You do less damage if the enemy isn't alone. Alright, well, that's a bunch of extra defense. If you come for us, I think we're good. Okay, True Stance can annex. This is showing as good because there's fish. Okay, let's get more production. Balance that out. Level 16. Oh boy. But I think I'm just using you in my army, so... lead by example would be good anyway. So I think we're actually just going to do that. Don't really care about the resurgence on the army, funnily enough. I mean, I could make you into a leader at this point. That is always an option. Elemental Gateway. The get out of attack card. Okay, we'll take splash damage. We're kind of running out of stuff to actually grab with this hero. Alright, killed another hero. Sell for money. Alright. Making progress. It's to be expected. We of New Dawn are impressed by the expanse of your guardian orcs. We have a misunderstanding of a possible territorial claim. My city is rapidly expanding, we need more space. The area in question. You leave the area of New Dawn. Fort Quentin. Sure. Okay, I mean, near is relative, I guess. If you guys want to expand and take the fish, that's fine. I think that's probably out of range anyway. Getting pretty close. Okay, True Stance can get more mana. That sounds like a good idea. Okay, Angelic Transformation. This is not going to cost upkeep because it is a race transformation. This is also a major. And this is a major transformation. You can only get one of those. And I'm surprised I'm not the guardian of the halflings. Must not have enough of their race under my control. But this will make all my units celestial, give them flying. Faithful, which does make my shrine better, as well as cheaper. Decreased number of units in formation also means that we take less damage from... sorry, we don't get weaker as we take damage as quickly, because we lose units in the stacks. If we have like 6 models and then it's instead 5, then that means losing a fifth of our health instead of losing a sixth of our health as a decrease. So pretty good overall. Unit upkeep and flying is the stuff I mostly care about, but pretty good. Okay, I want Blessed Armors, I want Inquisitor's Mark, I want Keeper's Mark, I want Focus Aim. 2 more turns before I get my my hero. Okay. And yeah, we can see even though you're flying, you still get a mount. But having a flying mount matters a lot less now, because this is only really giving you frost resistance. Although, funnily enough, if I give you a non-flying mount, then you don't fly. So I guess we'll keep it as is. Oh. My vassal is pillaging things and giving me the money for it. Well, they are evil. I am not. So as long as I do my pillaging via proxy, I don't count as committing bad acts, I guess. Hopefully. Yes, I am still not being penalized for that. I guess we'll take this because we have the thing for it. And draft does convert. So this 20 draft is actually 5 food a turn. It's something. Ah, and because we transformed the entire race. Yeah, so you can see it's not a flying hero. Because he's riding a wolf. You should really just drop the wolf. It's making you worse. Okay, so do I have... I sure do. They aren't pillaging anything though, and if they want to attack me, I think that's fine. We will... this is a problem now. You're not actually flying, because you're a neutral unit I grabbed at one point. Same with you guys. Shrine of Smiting is done. Resurrects a dead unit. Probably not going to bother. Garden of Affluence, though, is pretty nice. It's just extra gold mana in my cities. Ascended Warriors. All non-hero units gain a rank. Also pretty good. This doesn't cost mana, and it gives me mana. Therefore, we take it. Because that is the state of things. Okay. More food, I guess. When we do a crit, when we kill, we get 30% crit. Alright, let's go for that. Here. Special province improvements grant +5 gold. I guess. Mines grant mana. Might as well grab that as well. I do have a few mines. I generally consider mines to be the worst province improvement type, but this world has weird rules, so just how it is. Alright, so I mean this is a pretty strong army. And we are getting another hero next turn. So I'm not going to build anything because I don't want... I don't want to have a whole bunch of extra mana costs for upkeep on an enchantment. Okay, we could have Sanctuary. It's full of Discipline. Minor Prosperity might actually be pretty good. For adjacent, farm, or... doesn't count the ocean. Well, the ocean ones aren't farms. So... I guess I would want to put it like here, maybe? That's a pretty good spot for it eventually. So next time you guys grow, which 2 turns, we can grab this, put that there. In the meantime, grab the Healing Spires, I guess. So the question is, are they going to siege us, or are they going to start pillaging a bunch of random things? If it's pillaging, they're probably going to spread out, then I'll just mark them up. But it looks like we're going for the siege option. Which might take them a while. 3 turns. Our ally did come here to try to help us. Hero, crypt, you, resurrect. Yeah, you're pretty strong just by yourself. We did get a better lance eventually, right? Giant Spain? You know, we are fighting giants. Giant Slayer. This is technically higher level, but we get to keep the mount with the lance. I think that will do nicely. Alright, so under siege, I believe we can't actually build anything other than units. I mean, we could go with the Shrine of Smiting. All our units, all of our racial units are faithful now. Yeah, and I don't think it's particularly good for us, but it's a funny unit and I want to build it, and I did research it. So we'll get one, and then we'll go to the Pyre Templars, which are now faithful. I'm not worried about that. I feel like I could have looked at the bounty, but I just don't care. Yeah, we can see from here our defense is currently higher in combat strength. Although giants do get a lot of destruction here. We're gonna get onagers, we take a bunch of damage at the start of the fight. Our walls are gonna be damaged. That's fine. Not too worried. What's going on here? Really, dude? Can I disable my units so that I don't support? Because I don't want to fight this with you. Well, that's really annoying. I guess this is just what we're doing then. Okay, well, we lost this entire stack. I wasn't too... This was kind of the free stack that we just got. So, you know what? That's fine. Well, I mean, I guess that solves that problem. And also gets us a whole bunch of mana again. So honestly, that's probably the better outcome for us. And we wanted farm here. And we're going to get a Shrine of Prosperity in this spot with the potential to make it better in the future. Do we sweep this up before we head this way? I mean, they just lost their army, so now's kind of a good time to fight. Cleaning up all of this probably doesn't matter, honestly. I can do it after. So I'm not at war with anybody else. So I will actually... just making sure they'll be able to get close to each other. Run forward. And I could even send Sundrin's army out and get a third attack force. So that we have the full 3 stacks for the strongest possible army. which is tempting. Speaking of which, we want to swap her out here. Bonus per adjacent quarry. I mean, I can get 2. Admittedly, the custom special provinces are things that I don't really look at or pay too much attention to generally. I know that they're good to get. Alright, extra damage. For you, and do we just run out? I mean, this is a pretty strong army, and we're still going to be able to build another army here and get the hero going. So I think we just do. Could have waited back a little bit, I guess, because everybody in this army flies. Alright, Blessed Armor. Start getting our buffs, now that we have a little bit of mana income. I guess we can also be looking at our victory condition here. Because we're at a state where I can probably just conquer the world, and that's probably the easiest thing to do. Okay, so we are playing, I've seen this event before, we're playing a high-stake game, Wizards and Kings, but this is a game meant for Gaudir, such as ourselves, and you are a mere mortal. We could beat her in order to just get a bit of extra gold. We can lose the money but gain allegiance, or we can be evil and humiliate her in order to get Imperium. We'll let her win. If only real life diplomacy were that easy. I'll just let you beat me at chess, and then you'll give me more resources. Okay, I don't see a red thing there anymore. Oh, there it is. 500, huh? Yeah, we'll start the siege. Do I even need to do any of these? Probably not. Harassed Defenders is cheap, I'll just do it for the sake of doing something. I go under here. It is their territory. So they might have a city down here, but this might also just be going down from here. No. Because there's a border here. So these are actually from the underground city. Okay. Where's your throne, though? Your throne's over here, so that's probably what we're just going to go for. Okay, let's just grab this. Alright, here's our Shrine of Smiting. This is a very silly unit. It was the ultimate Theocrat unit from Age of Wonders 3. They were quite good in that game as well. Okay, we just get to defend. Final research before we move on to the final tier of tech. We've really powered through this. I mean, this is pretty high. More stability, more mana. I want both of these. I don't really want the Prosperity Dragon that much, though. Reign of Prosperity. Like, the strat with these is you have 2 of these in your army, and then because the Reign of Prosperity alternates turns, every other turn you have the other dragon do it. And I think that's what cooldown 2 lets you do. That's what I hear anyway. Unless this was nerfed. But basically the thing is, you get rid of negative status and you get a stack of grace every single turn on every unit. just by having multiples of these, so that's really strong. This is admittedly not so strong, so I guess we'll grab it again in the future, but we'll go for the Prosperity Dragon. I think it is the better play. Garden of Affluent. We do have a lot of those. So this will be 12 mana and 18 gold a turn. In addition to some stability. Why is your stability? You just don't have stability structures, that's why. Alright, let's get that bathhouse then. Also, Paragon Quarters is stability. Yep, so we've got options. Getting big, getting cranky. Happens. Alright, nothing else to do down there. So up here... I guess we probably want a whole bunch of foresters together, because I think I had something that stacks off of that. If I remember right. 15 HP. They're all 15. It doesn't matter which one I take, and I can't grab that. So it does matter which one I take, because if I want this, I need to grab this. If I want Reckless Rage... Ooh, 30% extra attack is really nice. And we gain Steadfast, so we can't die. At least not the turn that we get injured. We can't go over to this side of the tree anyway, so I think actually Vigor 1 is the best play here. Gets us some cool stuff, and this is... this is way overkill. So I almost wonder if I should have 4 stacks and then split up. So 2 stacks of 2. I'm a little bit leery about leaving 1 stack alone. Okay, so we can increase upkeep by quite a bit, but gives Inner Grace to a bunch of units and also more resistance. I think it's worth it. Bounty. Capture High Ridge. I mean, that would be an act of war. Oh, you can actually just go through here. Okay, let's accept that one. Also, since I didn't accept it right away, I guess the 20 turns counts from now. Create a bounty. No. Okay. I wanted you, because I actually don't have that many. I don't actually have that many research outposts here. But I do get a lot more knowledge for having you in the city. So put you back where you belong. I mean, that gets better for foresters. There is that. Okay, well, now that we've just auto-battled and taken out the giant army, like, I feel like really it was the halflings. When we took out the halflings, we don't have an enemy on that side of us anymore. This game is pretty much just won at this point. So I guess the last thing I can look at before we actually end the video is my standing on various things. So military is pretty easy. Thing is, I have to declare war, which is an evil act, but I mean, if I just win the game, it's still worth it. Expansion victory. I need so many more provinces. Can I get a tooltip, please? Okay, let's do it this way. Provinces count with at least bonded vassalage. Okay, that's what I was wondering, because I have vassals, but close that for a moment. Flourishing. Oh no, you are currently bonded. Okay, bonded isn't actually that hard. You're bonded. I go underground. You are not bonded. Okay. So I actually just, in like 3-4 turns, I gain another 20. So I still need 32 more provinces, but I can build 2 more cities, and then I can just focus on growth and everywhere. So that's the peaceful victory option. Magic victory is actually going to be pretty easy. So we're about to conquer a city that has a gold ancient wonder next to it, which does mean I'll have to absorb that city. I can't just vassalize it, but I have extra slots, so that's not a problem. And then there are the game does end on turn 150. But yeah, so probably I don't vassalize this, even though that was what I would like to do. I'm just gonna take control of it, grab this, and I guess get a magic victory because I don't know. I'm playing pure good. I would prefer not to commit an evil act, even though it doesn't really matter. And that'll be easy enough to do. So, and given how fast this is going, we're probably going to get that started next time. I will see you then.